Hello, Robert Kelly here, and I just came across something in the newest version of Blackboard that I want to share with you. I think will save you a lot of time and make things easier for you for this upcoming semester. And that is if you have online quizzes, whether they're part of a online course, hybrid course, or web enhanced class, how can you more easily accommodate DSPS students who may need time and a half or twice the time? In addition, for pedagogical reasons, you might want to give students a second attempt at a quiz, but later in the semester. In my course, I allow my students a second attempt at all the quizzes right before their cumulative final as a way to study. So how can you do this more easily? I'm in my first learning unit. I'm going to scroll on down to where I have the quiz, and I'm going to edit it. I'm going to edit the test options. In this quiz, I'm going to again scroll down, and I'm going to scroll down to show you in test availability, my students have 10 minutes for the quiz. Importantly, for number 3, it says test availability exceptions. Let's add 2 groups, the DSPS 150% for those DSPS students who need time and a half, and a DSPS 200% group. And I'm also going to add a multiple attempts group that I'll add students to at the end of the semester so they can take the quizzes twice. Better score retained. So here we go, clicking on the add user or groups. And I'm going to, for search, I can just choose group name and it'll list all my existing groups. So these are 3 groups that I've created. I'm going to click on all 3 of them, indicating I want to add all 3 of them to this particular quiz. Click on the submit button. Okay, so here they've appeared. For allow 2 attempts total, well, that's the name of my group. That doesn't tell Blackboard what I want it to do. So I'm going to tell Blackboard it means multiple attempts, 2 attempts. For my DSPS 150%, I'm going to keep it at single attempt. And for time, I'm going to change it to 15 for 15 minutes. For the DSPS 200%, I'm going to change the time from 10 to instead be 20 so that they'll have time and a half. If I ever want to remove these groups, I can always remove them by clicking on the X. But the beauty of it is I now have this quiz set up to handle these 3 possibilities, and going forward as the semester progresses, I can add students to the groups, remove them from the groups, and that affects whether they have these additional options or not. At the end of the semester, when I do a course copy, these exceptions will copy over, and I don't even have to set it up a second time. I'm just going to do this once, and it will continue to work going forward with that course copy option. How sweet is that? Okay, so I'm going to click submit, and now it's set up. I'm also going to show you just briefly how you create those groups, and you want to create the groups first. Okay, so under the control panel here on the left, where it says users and groups, I'm going to click on it and click on groups. You can see that I have these 3 groups that I created, and I'm just going to create another one so you get a sense of how it's done. So create, single group, manual enroll. Well, let's say for some reason that it became common for students to have 3 times the amount of time. So DSPS 300%. So I'm just creating a name that conveys what this group can do. Group is visible to students? No. I don't want them to be aware of it. This isn't a group that they're going to be interacting with one another. It's just for my purposes in terms of managing their quiz permissions. So I'm removing all these other characteristics. And then I'm going to go ahead and I can add membership. And to add membership, I just click on add users, and then I'll select students from the class, add them. And I can later easily remove them as well. When I'm done, I click on the submit button. And now I have 4 groups. So I could go in and add this DSPS 300% to each of my quizzes, and then that's yet another option that I can work with. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'll remove that particular group. And I have here just the 3 groups I'll be using throughout the semester. All right, I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any questions, you can let me know or contact our faculty technology specialists. Take care.